Cool. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Hello everyone, welcome back. We're back. It's been 8 days. Oh goodness. But we're back. Hi. We're thriving. We're doing the best we can. Back and better than ever. We're actually not thriving, but we carry on. Woo! We do our best. We're back with the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. Episode 1 still. We're still on episode 1. But you know what? We're doing our best. We're doing the best we can. Stop screaming, please. And we stopped in the middle of dialogue. Because of course we did. Of course we did that. Sadly, I must inform you that this is as far as your investigation goes. What do you mean? Oh, I thought he just flipped Edgeworth off. Oh my god. Hear me, foolish prosecutor, for I shall say this only once. Night has apprised me of the state of affairs. And from this point forward, the case will be handled by Zhangfa's police force, the finest in the world. Even with the killer out of the picture, they're still looking to get me thrown off the case. What do you think you're doing, pal? Nobody talks to Mr. Edgeworth like that. If it hadn't been for him, the killer would've... Detective. They're doing this whole conversation, and you just see the dead body in the background. This ain't about him. Forgive him, Mr. President, but I must confess to being somewhat confused. I fail to see how or why this case falls within Zhangfa's jurisdiction. You fail to see. Enough, puny prosecutor. You seek explanations from a head of state? I say no. 1,000 times no. I will not explain myself to you. Now hand over the evidence you have gathered and remove yourselves from this plane. That's sus. That's a bit suspicious. I'd do as he says if I were you, Edgeworth. This can't really be the end of the line, can it? Guess it is. Alright, see ya. Case evidence handed to Mr. Knight. Oh my god, we just handed it over? Man, No fighting ya, Edgeworth, huh? Why? Why let us come so far only to pull the case out from under us? Now, you may leave. Knight, detain the suspect. Yes, sir. Right away. To make an attempt on my life, to murder one of my faithful servants, the effrontery, the villainy. I didn't murder nobody. 'Cause Shut your mouth, Miss Journalist. He needs to stop pointing that finger. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. Answer me this. In a world already lousy with lies, with deception, with sin and iniquity, can we stand by and suffer yet another crime to go unpunished? I say no. 1,000 times no. There can be no forgiveness. There can be no surrender. Why, you ask me? Then I will tell you. He's hiding something. I'm certain of it. And if I leave now, we'll never know the truth. Hello! Hi, Ren! Hello! Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
Mr. Edgeworth, there's gotta be something we can do.
This plane is getting a bit crowded. Thanks, Miles. Thanks, Miles. Think, Miles. Remember, how many times have you faced situations like this in the courtroom? Against that man. You've confronted the lies of witnesses and countered the arguments of other lawyers. Has the critical evidence always been laid at your feet? No. And yet you always got to the truth of the situation in the end. Haven't been watching on Twitch for a bit, lol. Hi! With your greatest weapon of all, your words.
It's nice to have you here. It's nice to have you here.
Oh my god, we're back in the Mind Palace. Mind chess. Now, let us analyze the state of play. Oh gosh.
Magic time!
Be gone, puny prosecutor. Or do you dare to defy the direct order of a president? He's not going to listen. He clearly means to drown out any objection by means of pure rhetorical force. When an opponent is on the offensive, the best I can do is bide my time and wait for an opening. As he said himself, he's a head of state, a seasoned politician. He won't open himself up to attack easily. I can't let him bully me into submission. I have to stay calm and alert. Is he saying all this out loud? This guy's just like, hell are you talking about? If I can read his movements and expressions correctly, I may be able to find my moment. My first aim should be to find out why he is insisting on Zhang Fa taking over the case. The board is set. Time to make my opening gambit. Mind chess! Let's go! Who will take over the case? Explain to me why I'm off the case. Yeah, who will take over? Oh! He cut us off. Please, about the case. Did I give you permission to speak? No. 1,000 times no. Okay. I am the leader of Zhang Fa. I have no time for your insolent back chat. I was simply hoping to confirm one basic fact. You say that the investigation will now be assigned to your national police force? I do. Now enough of your pointless questions. Okay. Fine. I won't do my pointless questions then. We'll just sit here in silence and just stare at each other. What? Good boy. Honestly, it's either he's speaking out loud or this is all in his head and just staring at the person. I don't know which one's more awkward. Good boy. The interior of this plane is the sovereign territory of Zhangfa. You have no rights here. Is that so? Well, you're in my chessboard. Could it be that our current location itself is significant somehow? I should keep that in mind. It could be a useful clue. Okay. Why am I off the case? Could you at least explain to me why I am off the case? Imbecile, cease your insolent jabbering. I need not explain myself to you. My reasons are my own, and they are none of your concern. Perhaps it's time to employ my clue. Oh, okay. Good thing we got that clue then, huh? In the course of our conversation, I've deduced certain facts from your behavior, Mr. President. For example, you seem particularly aggressive when discussing our current location.
Oh, we got the knight.
You smarmy smart Alec. As you said yourself, the presidential plane is the sovereign territory of Zhangfa. And from that, we can infer that you believe the rules of extraterritoriality apply inside here. Is that correct? Enough. Cease your objectionable whining.
Yes. Ooh, that did it. The music's out. That means we win.
You can rant and roar all you like, but you won't escape my scrutiny. It was unmistakable. The moment I mentioned I hate this word. This word was in the last case of the last game. It's such a... Extraterritoriality. You became visibly agitated.
Hey! We got you.
Still gotta get your big boy, though. You think you're clever, don't you? Let me answer your little question. Don't worry, I also had a problem with that word. It's a tough word. Oh, and they're saying it again. It's true. Extraterritoriality applies. Your laws mean nothing here. And why does that matter, you ask? It matters because it means you are powerless. You have neither influence nor authority here. Interesting. So oh my god. You could play a drinking game with the amount of times they say this. So the extraterritoriality issue does have something to do with all of this. Let's dig a little deeper into the claim that the plane is sovereign territory, shall we? Hey, our time's back. Capcom, I read at a third grade level. Please make it easier. Capcom, give us smaller words, please. We beg of you. We are just but wee children. This next move will surely decide the victor. He may be the president, but nobody is untouchable. I just have to find the right angle of attack. Does the player... yeah. Sure. You believe that extraterritoriality applies here, but can you prove it? Do you even understand what you are asking? No. I mean, yes. I'm Miles Edgeworth. Of course. If I didn't, I wouldn't ask it. Have you no shame? Calling into question the good word of one such as myself. I have nothing to be ashamed of. You're the one who should be ashamed. Those don't seem helpful. I have no more time for this. You clearly cannot be saved from your own foolishness. You needn't worry about me. I'm not the one who needs saving. That would be Miss Lloyd, the woman who is being wrongfully accused of this crime. Your chivalry is admirable, but it changes nothing. The right to extraterritoriality cannot be denied. This is Zheng Fa. If I want to take this any further, I'll need a clue of some kind. Oh, okay. We need to do the other. Let me try another tech for now. Okay. We did that one, so you've overplayed your hand. Surely you see that you've overplayed your hand. Nobody asked for your opinion. You need only obey me, nothing else. Not obeying you. You dare tell me how to govern, how to lead. You dare contradict me. On the matter of Miss Lloyd's guilt, yes, I do. No, she is guilty. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. There you go, you're good. Nuh-uh. No, she is guilty. She is the culprit. There is nothing left to debate. Okay. Who else could have fired from outside the plane? There is no other viable suspect. Fascinating. So he's claiming that Miss Lloyd fired at him from outside the plane. This could be a vital clue. Oh. Okay, now we do this route. You believe that extraterritoriality applies here, but can you prove it? We did all this. Let's even biding my time worked. We have a clue now, so. No more time for this, blah blah blah. Time to deploy my clue. There we go. Oh, oops. Did I bide my time? Wrong one. If you have nothing else to say, then stop wasting my time. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to. I panicked. If I can read his movements and expressions correctly, I may be able to find an opening. Yeah, I got it. Oh. Okay, let's... Okay, bide time. And then do the clue. I don't know why I panicked. He literally said to do it. Oh my god, we're gonna defeat the queen with a pawn. I may not be able to call the extraterritoriality of the presidential plane into doubt. However, according to you, she shot at you from outside the aircraft, correct? In which case, extraterritoriality could not possibly apply in this case. Your assertion is entirely without merit, and the detainment of Miss Lloyd cannot be justified. How could I have? Bested by a mere prosecutor. But I am the president! The president! Checkmate. Damn! He got him! He got him! Mine chess! Pew! I trust you won't mind if we continue our investigation now, Mr. President. Destroyed him in the battle of the mind. I hereby officially and unreservedly confer my approval. Consider it a gesture of the oh my god. Magnanimity. Yes. And generosity for which my good office is known. Yes, but without noble acts such as these, unmistakably and irrefutably, for which reason we hereby... There could be no other outcome, for our goals are lofty and our hearts. People of Zheng Fa, I swear to you, here and now, the investigation will continue. Awesome. Felt that. Sometimes words hard.
All that when he could have just said, okay, you got me.
Mr. Knight, if you would please if you would care to return the evidence. Take it.
Yay! Evidence! We did it, Mr. Edgeworth.
We sure did. And now the investigation can continue. Whatever. Enjoy your pocket full of pawns. I'll be over here enjoying how you put them into play. Then you will definitely enjoy my next move. Mr. President, one more favor if you would be so kind. What is it? Could you please give us your testimony concerning the incident itself? No, you want me to testify? Whoa. That's your next move? If you want the President to testify, you'll have to take him to court. All in good time, Mr. Knight. He will get his day in court soon enough. But if a person of interest refuses to cooperate at the investigative stage of the process, they are obliged to provide detailed justification as to their reasons for doing so. Yep. That's... What's the matter? Is there something you'd rather we didn't know? Ooh. Stand down, Knight. I'll do as the prosecutor asks. Thank you so much. Thank you for your cooperation. Now listen, and listen well.
Hey, testimony. President Wang's testimony.
Where was I when the incident occurred? The stage, of course. Suddenly, Rook and Knight jumped in front of me. Then bang! A shot rang out and a plain, unblemished balloon of red exploded nearby. Not hesitating for an instant, my bodyguards tried to escort me back to the safety of the plane. And then, the second shot. The bullet went right through Rook and lodged itself in the bulletproof vest I was wearing. Okay.
I guess if you look at it in one way, the President is also a victim here.
Yes, the victim of an attempted assassination. Rook was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
But that makes it even weirder. Why would the target of a crime try to obstruct the investigation?
My guess is that there's something behind all this that he doesn't want made public. Ooh, secrets. A cover-up, huh? I knew there was more to this case than meets the eye. And the President isn't the only one who knows the truth. Isn't that right, Mr. Knight? Time to get to the bottom of this once and for all. Aye. Where was I? Okay, there was something he said that bothered me. Rick and Knight jumped in front of me. Then bang, a shot rang out and a plain, unblemished balloon of red exploded nearby. Let's talk about that. About that red balloon. Are you trying to test me, Mr. Prosecutor? No, Mr. President, I simply wish to confirm what you remember. Very well. There were two very large, very round balloons, one on either side of the stage. Their deep crimson hue stood stark against the sky, just as the security plan said they would. It wasn't...
Hi! Hi, Matt. Thank you for the sub. Hi, how you doing?
I'm so sober right now. Wow. Wasn't it a Steel Samurai? Yeah, that wasn't just a red balloon. Like, so, guess what? Oh, what? The same security plan we found in the trash can, I assume. I kissed the girl recently. Ooh, let's go. And it's gonna happen again. Let's go, Matt. I'm a total player. Let's go, King. Proud of you. I'm like mad on guard. Just like him. Just like him. Rook and Knight leapt to my aid just before the balloon exploded. I hope the case is going well. It's going. It's going. Okay, let's talk about this. It's... Okay, that's it. I'm too sober to understand. Enjoy stream. Love you. Love you too, Matt. Take care, buddy. Bye. Take care, King. You say it was a plain red balloon that burst, but I strongly beg to differ. What? Take a look at this. I think you'd agree that it's hardly plain, wouldn't you? No! Oh, what's that face? Looks like he's gonna throw up. What? Who is that? I'm gonna be lurking in and out. Alrighty!
Thanks for being here, Ren. I appreciate ya.
Mr. President, meet the Steel Samurai. I would have hoped you might recognize him. Especially if you were hoping to integrate yourself with the people of this country. I love Edgeworth being able to bring his hyperfixation in any moment. He's like, finally, it's time.
Yeah, you need to watch the Jammin' Ninja too. He's amazing.
So you see, the balloon that was struck by the bullet was anything but plain. It was, in fact, of the Steel Samurai. But the briefing mentioned 2 plain red balloons. And there they are, right on the security plan. But couldn't you use your eyeballs?
They do look pretty plain, don't they? Just simple round balloons.
Knight, what is the meaning of this? Explain yourself.
Yes, Mr. President. It seems the Steel Samurai balloon was borrowed at the last minute, sir.
Borrowed? And that's what we were told.
Guess they only reported the incident to us bodyguards, though. Seems there was a little trouble here on site last night. One of the original balloons burst somehow. So they swapped it in as an emergency replacement?
Yeah. One of the stall holders happened to have it. From what I hear, he was more than willing to let it out. A very happy-go-lucky kind of guy, they said. A happy-go-lucky stall holder with a Steel Samurai balloon to spare. Huh. They filled just the bottom part up with air to make it look like the other ornamental balloon. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. So while it was a Steel Samurai balloon, it was made to look like a plain red one above water. Is that the long and short of it? Knight, why was I not informed of this? Sorry, sir, we didn't think it was a pressing issue. And indeed you saw it and knew no different, correct? Yes, I suppose so. Could he really have mistaken the Steel Samurai's pants for a plain red balloon? Yeah? He's not you, Edgeworth. Still, Mr. President, I struggle to see how you wouldn't have noticed something different about the balloon. Probably wasn't focusing on it, to be fair. I'll give him some slack on this line of questioning. Like, I probably wouldn't notice either. If I was told, yeah, there's gonna be 2 big red balloons, I'm not gonna question being like, that balloon's a little off. I'm just gonna do what I was... I'm sure he had other things he was worried about, like an assassin. Still, Mr. President, I struggle to see how you wouldn't have noticed something different about the balloon. Of course. What's the outburst for? Now I remember. I could barely see the balloon. You couldn't see it? That's right. The wind was blowing too hard. The flags to the sides of the stage were flapping incessantly and blocking my view. Is that so? Yes, those 2 flags. They were being blown back towards me. There would have been a strong wind blowing right around the time of the incident, strong enough to blow the flags in such a fashion. But does that conflict with any way of our understanding of the case? Yeah, I think so. I think it does. Hold on. Hold on. Do we have the flags? Do we have pictures of the flags? Oh, the, Yes. The bullet. The flags were going the other way. Thank you, Mr. President. Your testimony has revealed yet another contradiction. It has? Yes, a contradiction that could turn this entire case on its head. When I arrived on the scene, the wind had died down and the flags were resting calmly for the most part. But if the wind had previously been blowing the flags as the president describes, a certain piece of evidence suddenly takes on a very different meaning. It changes the, bullet direction, doesn't it? Which piece of evidence contradicts the stated conditions of the stage at the time of the incident? Yeah.
Take that!
Because the bullet would have had to go from a different direction, which is very interesting. Earlier we deduced that the bullet that struck the steel samurai balloon and the bullet that passed through the flag were one and the same. From these two things, we further deduced that the trajectory that the bullet must have taken. Yeah. And we concluded that our shooter must have fired from the left side of the spectator area. But if the flags are blowing as the president describes, our conclusion becomes quite different. Yep.
No way! If the flags are pointed in the other direction...
Exactly. Our trajectory changes completely. And if we trace that trajectory back to its source, we can ascertain who really fired that shot.
Wait, but Mr. Edgeworth, that would mean...
Yes, I know. We may not yet understand the reason why, but it can only have been one person who did it. Who does the bullet's new trajectory implicate as the one who fired the shot? It'd have to be Knight. Yeah, because... Or, yeah. It'd have to be him.
Take that!
The person who fired that shot was none other than you, Mr. Knight. What? The path from the balloon back to the flag leads directly to the spot where you were standing. Extrapolations from bullet trajectories suggest that Knight fired the shots that popped the balloon. But that guy's one of the president's bodyguards. Why the heck would he go around shooting balloons? This is absurd.
I'll be back 1 second.
This is absurd. What exactly are you trying to imply? That Mr. Knight, a man who has saved my life countless times, is my would-be assassin?
Seriously, Edgeworth, we've put up with a lot from you, but this... We're President Wang's bodyguards. We're the pieces put on the board to protect the king.
I'll handle this, Knight.
Sorry, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth, the wind was indeed blowing quite fiercely around the time of my speech, but the wind can pick up and die away in an instant, can it not? Therefore, I need proof. Proof that it was blowing hard enough to lift the flags during that crucial moment. There it is. The first shot was fired right around the time the president raised his fist. I have a piece of evidence that shows just that. Perhaps it can also show us what was happening with the flag then, too.
Take that!
Your proof is in this picture right here. This should be good. Which picture? Where? We can see which way the flag was really blowing.
Take that!
Boom. There it is. Well, do you deny that it clearly shows the flag? Aye. There we have it. Proof that it was blowing towards you at the moment of the shooting. So that means our pal over there did shoot the balloon?
Making him the assassin?
Mr. Knight? No? No. Mr. Knight is not the assassin. He may have shot the balloon, but the president was on the other side of him entirely. Therefore, he can't have been aiming at his boss. Yeah. Besides, why would I even shoot the balloon? What would be the point? No, you shot the balloon, but... And watch how you answer, or I might aim for something else next. There was a point, I'm sure of it. If I can figure out what it was, perhaps I can finally put this whole conundrum to rest. Knight definitely shot the balloon, yeah. The revised trajectory data shows that Knight shot at the right side of the balloon. That fact alone changes everything about the case. Okay. Yeah. Why did Knight's assigned position change? I told you, I can't turn my neck to the right. Could only cover the president's left side. So I wound up moving to the right side of the stage. But is that the only reason? Let us suppose that the plan hadn't changed, that Knight had remained posted on the left. Given that he was unable to turn his head to the right, would he have been able to shoot... even have been able to shoot the balloon closest to him? Could it be that the security plan was changed for the express purpose of popping one of the balloons?
Stop screaming!
And if we suppose that to be the case... the two plans are different. Was the security detail reorganized at some point? Yeah, we made some last-minute changes yesterday. President's orders. That's right. The president was the one who ordered the change. Okay. If I'm reading things right, the president knew in advance about the balloon shooting, which means he must have had foreknowledge he would be in someone's crosshairs today as well. And if that's true, then everything else that's been bothering me falls neatly into place. How did the shooter get a gun past such heavy security? And why would they then carry out the shooting wearing such a conspicuous piece of clothing? Why use a laser sight that would give away their location in an instant? And how did the president suffer no injuries at all despite a direct hit to the vest? These are the questions that Knight and the president don't want us to consider. There's only one possible reason for Mr. Knight to have fired his gun. To create the illusion of an assassination attempt. Oh, what? Huh? Interesting. Idiot. You do understand what you're saying. Oh, I understand all too well. I understand everything now. Most of all, I understand why you were so keen to take this investigation off my hands, Mr. President. You wanted your real plans to remain hidden. Oh. Interesting. How dare you speak to me that way? Is this some sort of sick joke? Oh, it's no joke, I assure you. Oh, don't know why I gave him that voice. Oh, it's no joke, I assure you. It is simply the truth, as revealed by the careful application of logic and reasoning. Nothing more. The first shot was fired by Mr. Knight with the specific intention of hitting that balloon. The sound of gunfire and the bursting of the balloon were guaranteed to cause a panic. And then he fired again.
He did?
Yes. He fired 2 bullets, both of which were aimed at the balloon. As for why he did so, it's because the second shot was designed to create the impression that the president had been hit.
So then what's the deal with the one in the vest?
I'm willing to bet that the bullet was planted there long before the shooting ever occurred.
Oh.
So Mr. Heroic President didn't take a bullet after all? Damn.
La 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 la.
That's not true. I was shot, I tell you. We'll be able to verify that for ourselves once we take a closer look at the bullet. At the very least, we can expect to find traces of Mr. Rook's blood on it, correct? But you said it yourself. You found the shooter in the photograph, the person with the red hood. No. I thought I made myself clear. The trajectory points to only one possible shooter, Mr. Knight.
Then where does Tabby fit into all this?
She was simply one part of their plan. In order to place the suspicion elsewhere, they set about creating a fake assassin. The highly suspicious person with the red hood. I've yet to ascertain exactly how complicit Miss Lloyd was in the whole scheme, but I can say with some confidence that none of the shots were fired by her. I suspect her only job was to point a laser sight at the president.
That's right. Then, how was...
Cass was turning her jacket inside out the moment the crowd flew into a panic. Yes. Thus making the mysterious red-hooded shooter disappear in the blink of an eye. So she was in on it? Damn. Then when the gun and the security plan were later found in the trash can, it would have all appeared to have been the work of an assassin so skilled they could vanish into thin air. But then the case would have gone cold. Exactly what our friends here were hoping for.
Makes sense now why they wanted you off the case.
Indeed, because the entire affair was a cheap ruse perpetrated by the president himself. Okay, but somebody still died. Oh. Oh, he lost his muscles. Oh no. What a breakdown. No, The presidential mask has well and truly slipped. Admit it, the entire assassination was a lie, wasn't it? If that stupid chief prosecutor hadn't since insisted on assigning you. Oh, how could I let this happen?
Objection!
Oh! You have a voice line? That's not the voice I expected him to have either. But he has a voice line? That's enough, Edgeworth. Mr. Knight. Sorry, but I'm speaking with the president right now. Yeah, well, I'm doing my job as a knight and protecting my king. So go ahead, keep running your mouth. Perhaps it would be better if we stuck to threatening each other with words.
He wouldn't, would he?
Nah, I don't need this thing to shut you up. Alright, my move. Question. You claim I fired my gun from on stage. How do you figure I did that in front of a crowd of thousands? An excellent point. Time for my counter move, I suppose. Behind the briefcase, right? You had a certain something that allowed you to conceal your actions. Okay, yeah, I called it. A certain something? Mighty specific. What did Knight use to hide his actions from the crowd? Do we have it? Yes.
Take that!
My attaché case? Yes. Take a look at case photograph. Yeah, you can't- yeah. Look, he's clearly pointing a gun. That's so funny. He clearly has his hand readied with a gun. Your right hand is completely obscured by the case. At the very moment this picture was taken, you were firing your gun. And in such a way that you wouldn't be detected.
Objection!
You don't like to let the facts get in the way of a good theory, do you, Edgeworth? Shame you don't seem to have noticed. Noticed what? That theories are all you have. Conjectures, nothing more. The flag was billowing in the wind at precisely the right moment. I hid my gun with my attaché case. We changed the security plan because I couldn't turn my head. It's all just speculation, circumstantial evidence at best. You can't prove any of it. If you at least had the bullet that burst the balloon, you might have a scrap of credibility. Imagine you could have run forensics to see if it matched my gun. But no, that bullet is at the bottom of the lake. Gonna go dredge it up? Damn. We already dredged it up! Haha! I hate to say it, but he's right. I don't have anything concrete. I thought not. Maybe now you can shut your mouth. Dude, a guy's dead. Can we focus on that? Miss Lloyd? Of course, she could shed some light on this whole situation. I just need to get her to talk. What's the matter? Something you want to say, Miss Journalist? No, never mind. That's what I thought. Miss Lloyd? I need you to be brave. If you don't speak up, the truth will be lost forever. You are a journalist after all, are you not? Well, dang it. I can't stay quiet any longer. Hey, you understand what you're doing, right? I think carefully before opening that mouth of yours. I was so focused on bagging me a scoop, I forgot the most important thing of all. Real journalists don't lie. Ain't no dang scooping if it ain't the truth. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, I should have showed you this before. Laser pointer. What is this? It's the laser pointer I used on the president. But that's all I done. I never shot nobody. You stupid. I thought I told you you squeal and you go down as an accomplice. Okay, so you admit it's all truth then. That's all we need. It was him. He told me to do it. I was at Zhang Fa's embassy snipping out a story like I told you. This was 3 days back. He comes up to me out of the blue, just starts talking. Help me out and I'll get you an exclusive access to the president, that kind of stuff. But what about the gun in the trash can? Clearly planted. That I don't know nothing about, I swear it. All's he told me was to wear a jacket with a red hood and to point that there pointer at the president. I never thought for a minute it'd blow over my face so bad. I'm sorry. Truly I am. So they were they, I'm assuming they were working with, what's his face? The killer. That's why they had the red hood thing. Thank you, Miss Lloyd. I'd like you to testify to that effect when this goes to trial. And that's to explain how the killer knew about her having the red hood and everything. It's all an elaborate scheme. It ought to go a long way towards proving that the assassination was a sham. What's wrong with you people? Don't any of you know what's good for you? My sympathies, Mr. Knight. Had you successfully removed me from this case as you intended, perhaps then you could have kept your pawn quiet.
So let me get this straight. You told Tabby if you let slip about our fake assassination plot, we'll have you convicted for murder? Or something like that?
Of all the dirty... I said no such thing, you just did. Oh, you. I forgot you're here. President Wang. Give it up, Knight. It's time we came clean. It's our only choice. So, Mr. President, you admit it. You admit that there was a plot to fake an assassination attempt. I do. I'm sorry.
But why? Why do something like that?
My popularity has been on the wane back home. I thought surviving an attempt on my life might give me the boost I needed. Ooh.
Stop screaming!
I know what we did was wrong. So yes, it was all lies. All of it. And the bullet in the vest? It was planted ahead of time. I wasn't hit by anything today. The prop used in the staged assassination attempt, the flattened bullet, was also planted ahead of time.
But then, what was up with the killer?
Our plan got out somehow. And then he just appeared, hell-bent on turning our fake assassination into a real one. Oh. I thought... interesting. But it had to... Whoever was working with the killer had to be somebody who knew about the case, because they told the killer about the red raincoat and stuff. Hence the red raincoat, I suppose. He'd hoped to get in close enough as the fake assassin to finish the job. There is one thing I don't understand, though. Oh? And what would that be? Why did Rook have to die? If the whole thing was fake, how did he wind up getting killed for real? That's true. And therein lies the real question. He was a fine bodyguard. The best, in fact. Screw that other guy. He may not have been a native of Zhengfa, but he was someone I could fully trust. Okay, buddy.
Mr. Rook must have been really something to gain the trust of someone who'd hide from his own shadow.
Sounds like he was as trustworthy to the president as I am to you, huh, sir? I believe that's for me to say, Detective, not you. Mr. Rook must have known about the plan too then, correct? He wasn't aware of any specific details, so not really. I tried to involve him, but he refused. Oh, interesting. And you would have done well to listen to him. This is a tragedy. The life of a good man has been wasted. What was so great about him anyway? Okay, he did it. Got it, he did it. What's gotten into him?
Jealousy?
He was just another piece on the board, there to protect you, nothing more. Mr. Knight, how could you? Who was it that actually went along with your plan, huh, Mr. President? Well, that pious coward backed down when you needed him to step out the most. I value your support too, of course, but... Look, I'm your chief bodyguard now. That's all that matters. And now that that spineless fool Rook is gone, things are gonna change around here. Thanks to me, a genius strategist, grandmaster, rightful leader of this team. We are all well aware of your ambitions, Knight. But doesn't this seem a little imprudent to you? Why? My plan this time was perfect, as they always are and they always will be. That's quite a statement. Especially considering that your perfect plan was an abject failure. Yeah, no thanks to you. And that buffoon Rook. And how exactly was it Mr. Rook's fault? If he hadn't died, the killer would have never come after me. And I wouldn't have had to let you on this plane. Please, Mr. Knight, you mustn't talk like that. Fine. The guy died protecting you, Mr. President. I'm sure that's just what he always wanted. But did he die protecting the president?
Wait, I thought the whole assassination thing was fake. Ah, come on. Do I have to say everything twice? We planned a fake assassination, but somebody else came along and tried to make it real. 2 shots were fired, remember? Like you said, Edgeworth. One of them with the bullet I shot through that balloon. But the second? That wasn't me. Oh, really? Then who did fire it? The real assassin, but not the killer. His plan was to come after the president with a knife. No, the most likely suspect here is the piece cowering quietly in the corner. Our lily-white queen over there. What? Miss Lloyd? Again with this? I'm not your danged assassin. But is that really true? I, for one, don't believe it. The gun in the trash can. It can only belong to you. Knight's Gambit. Knight's Gambit! As I shot that balloon, I rushed over to help Rook escort the president back onto the plane. I left Rook here in this room while I secured the president in the safe room. When I came back out, Rook was lying there on the ground. Miss Journalist must have shot Rook while we were escorting the president off stage. That single killer shot was fired by the gun you found in the trash can. Nope, 2 bullets shot.
So you don't actually know when the victim was struck by the bullet, do you?
The knight doesn't protect the rook, Edgeworth. He protects the king.
Damn.
You want to translate?
He means that his only concern was protecting the president. Lose the king and you lose the game. Isn't that the first rule of chess? But a win in which a key piece is sacrificed is a hollow victory indeed. Doesn't matter. It's still a victory. I kept the president safe. I win. Well, it's a bit early to be calling our little match in any case. For this is where our battle really begins.
Yeah, it wasn't a single shot. There was 2 spent shots. So they shot the balloon. Yeah.
Objection!
So you contend that it was you who shot the balloon and Miss Lloyd who shot Mr. Rook? Are you sure about that?
Sure, I'm sure.
Well, what you've proposed would indeed match up with the total number of shots heard. The gun from the trash can itself has also been fired twice. Now, why would the supposed number of shots heard from this gun differ from the number of spent rounds? It's simple, because it was planted by the real perpetrator of the crime.
Somebody faked the evidence?
Yes, and if you think about it, their reason for doing so is obvious. To ensure that whoever found the gun would conclude that the shooter had been in the spectator area. And in order to do that, they had to make it seem as if both shots had come from this one weapon.
I get it, so that's why it's got 2 spent rounds, huh?
Precisely. When we've already proven that the bullet that burst the balloon came from a different weapon. Which makes it entirely possible that the bullet which killed Mr. Rook didn't come from this gun either. Nice work, Edgeworth. That's some high-grade sleuthing. Why don't you get to the point? You've come this far. Spit it out. Oh, I intend to. Don't worry. The person who really shot Mr. Rook was... I think it's obvious. I think it's obvious. Does he not have an age? Wait. Oh, no, he does. He's 24. He's my age. It was Shelley the killer that didn't have an age. You, Mr. Knight. You're the one who murdered Mr. Rook. Oh, finally got up the courage to say it, huh? Surely not. Surely you wouldn't have. It wasn't only the killer who tried to take advantage of this fake murder plot. You killed Mr. Rook, hoping that he would look like an accidental victim of the bungled assassination. With the president locked away in the safe room and the door of the airplane tightly closed, it was just you and Mr. Rook, alone, together. Ah. And that was when the third bullet was fired, right into your colleague's body.
Objection!
Wait, you're really gonna claim there's a third one now? You just said only 2 gunshots were heard. Wanna tell me how that works?
Objection!
Airplane cabins are practically soundproof, Mr. Knight. If you close the door, nothing can be heard from the outside, not even gunfire.
But wasn't the president right next door?
Very true, which means he may have heard the shot himself. Well, Mr. President, I didn't hear anything. But you can observe this room through your security feed, can you not? The camera in this room isn't normally on. I have to manually switch it on when I enter the safe room.
And that's what you did this time too, right?
No. Well, that is... What's gotten into him? Mr. President, this is vitally important.
Please, President Wang.
Fine. I was busy hiding under the bed, covering my ears. Nice. Awesome. He's useless.
What? Even though you knew the whole thing wasn't real?
Yes, because I hate the sound of guns. And just the slightest hint of that awful noise, and oh, it's just too much. That's valid, though.
Oof. That there's sadder than a pot of overcooked crawfish.
Mr. Knight, you saw that President Wang was cowering beneath the bed. And what's more, you knew from the monitor bank that the security camera for this room hadn't been switched on. Which means you knew that the circumstances were perfect for you to fire the third shot straight at Mr. Rook. Knight, how could you? Could you really have betrayed my trust so horribly? You think I killed the old half-wit? You don't trust me much, huh? This is the thanks I get for putting my life on the line for you day after day. I want to believe you, but... I don't get it. I just don't get it. What is there to doubt here? What, you don't believe that the girl over there could have done it? No. No. No, because the gun isn't the murder weapon. We know this from the number of bullets fired. Yeah, well, how do you know that there wasn't a spent bullet from the start? That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. What? No, he's got a point. Someone could have fired a bullet from that gun yesterday, or the day before. Then today, another bullet. That bullet then hit Rook. That's pure speculation, pal, and you know it. He's got a point. Maybe. But can you prove it's not true? Not with any certainty, no. You're nothing without conclusive proof, so come on. A single piece of evidence straight through my heart. I dare you. Well, what are you waiting for? Yeah, we don't got the evidence.
There must be something. Wasn't there, Mr. Edgeworth?
Don't think so.
If we can't prove it, Tabby's... Please, Ruffles. I messed up. I know I did. I should have never done what I did, not even for a scoop.
Do we have the bullet that's in Rook? We could do ballistic markings, right? Do we have it? We don't have it, do we? No. We could extract it. The bullet passed clean through his body. Oh, where'd it wind up? I messed up. I know I did. I should never have done what I did, not even for a scoop. But murder? No, that ain't me. Ain't a murderous bone in my body. Conclusive proof. If only I could prove the Knight's gun is the murder weapon. Wait, perhaps I can. If you at least had the bullet that burst the balloon, you might have a scrap of credibility. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do ballistic markings, but we need to find the bullet that was in Rook. We don't have that yet. Imagine, you could have run forensics to see if it matched my gun. If we had the bullet that killed Mr. Rook...
forensics could tell us which gun it was fired from. No proof, no case. End of conversation.
Objection!
Hold it right there. What now? You're not about to claim you do have proof. Of course I do. This ought to be good. Alright, bring it on. Show me this proof of yours. The bullet that killed Mr. Rook is the key to ending our little game. Very well. My conclusive evidence is... yeah, we don't have it. We need to find it. Not currently in my possession. Alright then, thanks for playing, folks, but that's game over. However, it is here in this room. Oh, did it hit one of the security monitors? Like the one that's missing? What? As we know, the bullet that killed Mr. Rook passed through his body. But where did it end its journey? Perhaps we should cast our minds back to an earlier conversation. After passing through his body, the bullet that took Mr. Rook's life then found itself lodged in the vest. He's right. If the president hadn't been wearing that vest, things could have been a lot worse. But now, of course, we know that the so-called assassination attempt was a complete fabrication. The vest wasn't prepared in advance, made to look as if it had been hit by a bullet. Which begs the question, where is the real bullet? I like it. A twist. This is good stuff, Edgeworth. Come on then, don't keep us in suspense. Does any of the evidence point to where the bullet that killed Mr. Rook might have ended up? I'm assuming, based on those flashes we get, it's with the security monitors. Because one's missing. There is something very clearly missing from this room. Yes, a prosecutor with some common sense. Take a look at the bank of security monitors. Oh. I see you've caught on, Mr. President. Splendid. There are screens here showing views from all around the airplane, inside and out. The only external angle not covered is the right-hand side of the aircraft. And that's because one of the monitors is missing. Ugh. There was a monitor in that space previously, wasn't there, Mr. President? There was. I have no idea what my plushie is doing there now, though. It appears to be someone's vain attempt to hide what is obviously lacking. But where did it go, and why? The why is easy enough to answer, because it was struck by a bullet. Boom! For if we were to believe that the bullet in the vest were the real deal, then anything that hinted at the existence of another bullet had to be removed.
So where did the missing monitor go?
Where indeed? I believe that it must be hidden somewhere on this plane. After all, there wouldn't have been time to dispose of it outside the aircraft. Detective Gumshoe, conduct a search if you would. Right away, sir. Mr. President, extraterritoriality, remember? I have no objection to the search. Please go ahead. If it will help us discover the truth behind what happened to Rook, I will not stand in your way. What are you? I don't believe this. Rook this, Rook that. Don't you ever think about anybody else. The search has been authorized, Detective, if you wouldn't mind. Found it, sir! Yep. Called it. Sir, I found the monitor. Excellent work. Now go ahead and extract the bullet. Let's see. If I put my hand in here and just... Come on, come on, come on. Got it. Well, would you look at that? Blood. This is the bullet that killed Mr. Rook. There's no doubt about it.
Awesome.
And there you have it, Mr. Knight. The single piece of evidence you requested straight through your heart. Even you must now admit if this bullet didn't come from the Spectator area gun, then Miss Lloyd cannot be Mr. Rook's killer.
Got ya.
What, no pithy comeback? Detective, have forensics analyze the bullet for striations and compare them to the gun we found. Yes, sir. We'll get the evidence you need. You can count on it.
Let's go.
Alright, let's hear what forensics has to say.
Our findings are as follows, sir. Firstly, the blood on the bullet is indeed that of the victim, proving that it was the bullet that killed Mr. Rook. Yeah, I think that was obvious. Secondly, we found Mr. Knight's fingerprints on the gun. Wow, crazy. Probably from when I handed all the evidence over to him. Now for the key part, the striations. If they're not a match, then Miss Lloyd is in the clear. Lastly, the striations on the bullet are a match with this weapon. What? How could that be? Aren't they both security weapons? Like, wasn't that a whole thing? Yes. Same model as the victims. Yeah, they all had the same gun. That's... How could that be?
No way.
Oh, come on. There's no doubt about it, sir. This is the gun that fired the bullet. How? Well, isn't that something? Okay. Does it match with his gun too? Because I'm pretty sure they're the same model.
Conclusive proof that I was right. What's the matter? You didn't think you had me backed into a corner, did you? Guess you misread the board. Because the only one backed into a corner here is you.
Hey, boy.
Knight's counter. There's no denying it. Forensics prove that the gun and the bullet are a match. The bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the spectator area. So who pulled that trigger? It can't have been me. I was up on stage, which leaves your little friend. The hack killed Rook. She's the murderer, and you just proved it. Your move, Edgeworth. But just remember two things. One, where you found that gun. And two, which gun the fatal bullet came from. Whichever way you look at it, I can't have been the shooter.
How did it come to this?
Me and the president, we admitted to faking the assassination attempt. Now it's your turn to admit something. Who the killer really is.
There's no way Tabby did it, is there?
Don't let him get to you, Kay. We just need to go over his statements again. There must be something further we can deduce from them.
Okay, let's do this, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
No, that's...
Objection!
What was it you said? That forensics would back you up? How does it feel to be shot in the chest by your own conclusive proof, huh?
Not so good, I imagine.
The bullet and the gun are a match, Mr. Edgeworth. That kind of has to mean that Tabby pulled the trigger, no?
No. Even so, I simply cannot accept that. But sir, there's no denying the evidence. There isn't. So what am I missing? If I assume Miss Lloyd to be innocent, then the gun and the bullet shouldn't be a match. What is it, Kay?
I was just thinking, if the evidence points to something that doesn't seem possible, then maybe there's something wrong with it.
You're asking me to call the evidence into question?
Well, there's no way Tabby did this, right? So if the evidence says that she did, then the problem must lie there.
You seem very sure about this.
Call it my great thief's intuition.
Intuition, huh? Still, she could be right. I simply don't believe Miss Lloyd to be a malicious liar, which means... As someone who believes that evidence is everything in court, the irony is not lost on me. But, if I were to call a piece of evidence into question, it would have to be...
The gun. The gun. They both reached for the gun.
If something untoward is going on here, it would have to involve the weapon, not the bullet. After all, we only just recovered the bullet a little while ago. Furthermore, we know that Mr. Knight had an opportunity to handle the gun. Now
Oh, did he swap them?
Now hand over the evidence you have gathered and remove yourselves from this plane. Oh, he swapped them, didn't he? That's funny. I'd do As you say if I were you, Edgeworth. This can't really be the end of the line, can it? Indeed, he had ample opportunity. There's no doubt that this gun is the weapon that was used in the crime. Which means it must belong to... yeah.
Take that!
Oh, that's funny. The gun belongs to Mr. Knight. He switched them around. That has to be it. That's funny. The bullet that killed Mr. Rourke was fired from the gun you found in the spectator area. Sure.
Objection!
You swapped them.
Admit it. You switched the guns, didn't you, Mr. Knight? That's why the markings match the weapon in question. It was yours all along. An intriguing move there, Edgeworth. And? You must have made the switch when I handed over the evidence, while I was busy trying to make the case for remaining on the investigation. When I was busy with my mind chess. You took the laser sight from the gun we found in the trash can, and put it on your own. Then, not long afterwards, you handed that gun back to me instead of the one we found. I did, huh? You think I somehow knew you'd find, let alone run forensics on that bullet sometime in the future? Yeah. Is that so strange? You're a chess player, after all. A man well used to thinking several moves ahead. I'm flattered. But much as it pains me to admit it, you're overestimating my abilities. Besides, do you even have any proof that I made the switch? The gun is the same model as mine. Weird, sure, but it's just a coincidence. And look, there's a laser sight attached. Also, take a look in the cylinder. 2 spent bullets. Just what we'd expect to see. So what proof do you have that I switched the original gun out for mine, huh? None. That's what. You say I'm overestimating your abilities. You surprise me. What can I say? I'm a modest guy. More modest than you, that's for sure. Everywhere except at the chessboard, that is. Well, I don't see a chessboard here, do you? Shame. Still, guess that gives you a nice excuse. I didn't mess up, I just didn't have the right evidence. I don't think I'll be the one making excuses, rather, I didn't mess up. They just got lucky with the evidence will be your excuse, I'd imagine. Damn. Roasted. Anyway, the gun should be evidence enough, right? Got the same model. Look, there's a laser sight. Doesn't matter, you can swap that. Take a look in the cylinder. 2 spent bullets. Yeah, because you spent 2 bullets. 1 in the balloon, 1 in the body. So what proof do you have that I switched the original gun out for mine, huh? 2 spent bullets, yeah. Shouldn't there be...
Objection!
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about this more. I have your proof right here. And that's your proof. I think you've been working too hard, Edgeworth. Not the gun itself, the evidence it carries. Evidence that will prove, once and for all, that it does in fact belong to you. I'm looking forward to this. Go ahead, make your move. Your move. What's about to come into play? The rook? The bishop? Not a pawn, surely. The evidence the gun will provide takes the form of... Oh! Fingerprints on the bullets. Loading the bullets. Fingerprints. Namely your fingerprints, Mr. Knight.
Objection!
My prints? Of course my prints are on the gun. You handed it right to me when you gave up the evidence. How could they not be on there?
Objection!
What if I told you there are prints on a part of the gun that you shouldn't have touched at any point? What? Where? You can't prove that. Oh, but I can. There is a place where your fingerprints could never have been left if things happened as you say. Allow me to present the final piece of evidence that will bring our game to its rightful conclusion. The bullets, yes. Here, look closely at the cylinder, Detective. 2 bullets fired, but where are the prints we're looking for, sir? On the bullets? You did indeed switch the guns when I handed you the evidence. Save real quick. Just the keys. But if that were all you had done, your deception would have been easily detected. Because the number of bullets fired by each gun was different. There were 2 spent bullets in the gun we found.
Yeah, but what about Mr. Knight's gun?
We know that he fired 2 bullets from the stage into the balloon. And he fired another bullet into Mr. Rook, ending his life. So 3 bullets in total, plus the few odd ones he let loose in shock during our little game. And after each shot, he reloaded his gun out of habit. With his bare hands, of course. Officer, where exactly were Mr. Knight's fingerprints found? The one you mentioned in your report. Sir, they were found on the exterior of the weapon, but also on the bullets themselves. I'm not sure they could have gotten there just from me handing you the evidence, Mr. Knight. Aye, that's... And there we have it. Proof that you did indeed switch the guns. This gun, the one which you fired the bullet that killed Mr. Rook, is yours. And in taking his life, you are the true assassin. Got him. I didn't. This has to be breakdown now, right? Music stopped. We've reached the breaking point. There's gonna be no more objections. He said checkmate. Like, come on. This has to be it. Checkmate. There we go. I was gonna be the new chief of security. That blasted Rook. If it hadn't been for him, I would have been in charge by now. I would have been in control of the whole team. My plan was perfect. The fake assassination was supposed to be flawless. Detective Gumshoe. Right away, sir. Curse you, Edgeworth. Our game isn't over yet. Hi. I'm afraid this is as far as we go for today. The next moves we play will be in the courtroom. But it's not fair. It's not fair. Got him. Got him. March 25th, 5:12 p.m. Gourd Lake. I forgot this was on Gourd Lake. Mr. Edgeworth. That music sounded a bit Papers, Please. Like, I owe you a debt of gratitude. You exposed a murder within the ranks of my own personal guard. I will not soon forget that. He's suddenly very presidential again, now that we're back outside the plane. I saw it, you know, when I first proposed the fake assassination to him. You want me to handle it, not Rook? Rook refused, but I can rely on you, can't I? Of course, sir. You can count on me. I'll put together a plan that can't possibly fail. And he'll play his part like the pawn he is. The hatred in his eyes was plain to see. He despised poor Rook. I was not entirely comfortable about moving forward with Knight in charge of our little deception. And looking back, I think he sensed my discomfort. I can't help thinking I played a part in his decision to end Rook's life. Mr. President, none of this would have happened if you hadn't plotted to fake an attempt on your life. That was your crime, and it is a crime you'll have to live with. You are right. I can only apologize for the part I played. And I will no doubt be made to pay for my actions in one way or another. But I thank you nonetheless. You solved the riddle of Rook's demise, and for that I shall be eternally grateful. I will be here in your country for a little while longer yet. But when I have returned home, perhaps you will visit us in Zhengfa. You will always be welcome.
Epic. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all don't know how grateful I am.
And you are under arrest for faking an assassination attempt.
All's well that ends well.
Miss Lloyd, the accusation of murder made against you was, of course, entirely groundless. But the fact remains that you were a willing participant in the staged assassination attempt. The police will no doubt wish to speak to you about the matter. You should be aware that you may well be punished for your actions.
Oh no, and I'm awful sorry about everything. Truly I am.
I understand your desire for a scoop, but there are limits.
There sure are. I got me some serious thinking to do. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. That was something else. Local prosecutor solves assassination conundrum, earns eternal gratitude of president. How's that for a headline? Hey, that there's my department. Mr. Prosecutor, how's it feel to solve such an important case? You must be over the moon.
She certainly doesn't stay down for long. Oops. No comment.
Dang, you're one tight-lipped son of a gun.
As well as I should be. This case is not over yet.
It isn't?
How come, sir? Because until we unravel the story behind this, the case will never be completely over.
Oh, the story behind...
The assassination? Like the real one? I'm assuming? I'm scared to press it.
Take that!
I think so, though. Okay, yeah.
The killer's calling card.
We have... It's justice for all over again. Second game in a series. Gotta deal with the killer.
The killer's calling card.
Mr. the Killer has yet to complete his assignment. Oops. You mean he might still try to murder the president? I hope I'm wrong, but if I'm not, this could all blow up into something more sinister yet. As one would expect with the attempted assassination of a president. The case was all over the news. My preparations for Mr. Knight's trials were constantly interrupted by requests from the press. There wasn't a person in the land who didn't know about the case. Everybody was talking about it. But in the midst of the frenzy that followed, nobody noticed that this was only the first move in a game far bigger than any of us could have imagined. Ooh. Big old case. Hey! Turnabout trigger. The end. Huzzah. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Let's do the opening.
Hopefully it's not a long opening. The captive turnabout. There's a new silhouette on the cover. Whoa! Pretty. Oh. We get a movie. It's like Apollo Justice. Ooh. Okay. Hey. Oh! Oh my gosh. I did not expect Knight to die. A dog? What? March 27th, 10:16 a.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. What a... What an opening. A body's discovered. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Well. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream. Oh, Napoleon Nerds Live. Let's go send some support over there. That's one of my voice actors for my Ace Attorney voice acted series. So go show them some love, show them some support. They're playing Alpha Rad's ROM hack of Mario Mon ROM hack. So go send some love and support over there. That's really cool. I actually kind of do want to play that on my channel as well eventually.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining me.
I'm gonna send you over there in a few seconds here.
It's been fun. I'll be back again soon. Maybe not tomorrow, but soon. We'll see. And yeah, I'll catch y'all later.
Signing you off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bye bye!